Minecraft's brand new archaeology system was revealed to us now all the way back in 2020 at Minecraft Live, and unfortunately ever since then we've saw absolutely nothing and we've received no information about this archaeology system. That is why in this video I'm going to be giving you every single bit of information we've received so far, even some of the secret little details, in an attempt to create the most informative video I possibly can, explaining everything you need to know. So if you do go on to enjoy the video and you're excited for this to make its way into the game, be sure to drop the video a like and subscribe if you're new around here. Only about 12% of you watching this video are currently subscribed, but without wasting any more time, let's get right into the video. Now, just as a little refresher, if you do not know what this archaeology system is, it's basically a system where these new dig sites will appear all around the Minecraft world, so when you're exploring, there is a chance you can stumble across one of these new dig sites. Now basically they're like these ancient ruins slash relics that can be found, where then what you basically have to do is excavate, meaning dig out an entire area around these in an attempt to find all of the loot stored within these ruined sites. Now at the moment they're only confirmed to generate in the overworld, whereas I think it could be pretty cool if we actually found these in the nether and the end also. And basically what you need to look out for is these old cobblestone structures that can basically be found, I presume, poking out of the ground, and they're just made up of cobblestone and they basically look like these really old ruined buildings. A minor detail I think a lot of people actually did not realise upon first inspection is that these may contain different layouts and structures. For example, in the Minecraft Live showcase, we were actually given the example of a living quarters. You can actually see that Mojang kindly placed these signs around with little indicators of what the building actually used to be. Kind of a bit of speculation as to what the building could be, but I'm presuming that this means there'll be many different buildings and structures that can be found, made up of various different sizes, shapes and layouts, which I think is just very cool. At the moment we do not know if different structures will give you different kinds of loot, like if a kitchen would give you more clay objects, whereas if a living quarters would give you more valuables. We really do not know at the moment, but I think it's definitely something very cool to think about. Now this is like the main thing to do with the archaeology sites. They actually contain a lot of light blocks, and what I mean by that is a lot of blocks that can actually be brushed away, such as gravel, dirt, sand. You get the picture. Basically blocks that would be very easy to move in real life, whereas stone, it's very solid, has to be broken by a pickaxe, whereas dirt, sand and a bunch of other stuff like that, it can actually be very easily moved by the new brush item. Now just before we go on to that, these new blocks that can actually be brushed away can actually be made down into different sizes. It's a bit like placing down snow, where you can slowly build it up to your preference, like to a preferred height, which I think is very cool, but it's a bit like the opposite, where you're actually breaking it down to actually find the loot that's inside. As of so far, we know that this can contain some ceramic shards, some new loot, some diamonds, gold, emeralds, a bunch of other stuff like that, but I do not think that Mojang would only add these. I think it would be quite likely that Mojang in the future might add some more very valuable items to these blocks. Now let's get on to the items. The first one we need to talk about is the brush. Now this new brush item is actually used to brush away the lighter blocks, I'm calling them, which can actually be brushed away to find loot inside. We do not know the details of this, but I think from what we saw at Minecraft Live, you will actually have to time your brush strokes so that you do not damage the loot inside, because we actually did see a bit of gameplay where it looks like the loot appeared to get destroyed or lost, so maybe that could indicate you have to time your clicks or brushes in order to protect the valuables. And the most interesting thing about all of this, that I am guessing that you are the most intrigued about, is the new ceramic shards. These are basically basically like little pieces of a ceramic pot that have actually been broken that can actually be recovered. Now in the hotbar, I do not know if it's just like this for the moment, but they're actually made up of different colours. So they're called, for example, orange ceramic shard, blue ceramic shard, pink ceramic shard. On these, as of what we saw at Minecraft Live, at the moment there's a human ceramic shard, a landscape one made up of a tree and a sunrise. There's a human 2, which is Alex, and then there is the Ender Dragon along with the skeleton. These are all the ones we saw at the moment, but as I said, I would not put it past Mojang to add more of these ceramic shards just to make things a lot more interesting. But I know you're probably thinking, what are these used for? What is the meaning of this? So that is where the new clay pots come in. You can actually get these ceramic shards and rebuild the pots as to what they used to look like. So basically you make a clay pot and place it down, right? And we do not know the crafting recipe at the moment, but it's basically made up of soft clay before it's actually been smelted. Then what you do is you take the ceramic shards, place them into the clay pot, and then with a flint and steel you actually light a fire under the clay pot to heat it up and harden the clay so that then you have a finished clay pot. Now this is really cool, it's just so interesting, such a really cool detail. I think that the ability to find these and actually make your own clay pot is so cool. And yes, that is right, you can make your own clay pot. What you can actually do is walk around this 3D clay pot and then place the ceramic shards into them wherever you see fit. So basically, just like people used to do in the olden times, you can make your own storyboard around this clay pot, which I just think is incredible. We do not know if these will have any uses. I think it would be pretty cool if you could store like water in them, or milk, or lava maybe, and that would be a bit crazy. But can you imagine the uses these things could have? Rather than having to carry around 3 buckets of water, maybe you could fill 3 buckets worth of water into one of these pots, actually pick it up and carry it to a destination where then it can be placed down and extracted for its contents. I just think the possibilities for this are endless, and it could be so useful. And at the moment we do not know if Mojang is just going to make this a display item or add any uses to it, but I would love if Mojang actually made this item useful. But yeah, that is it. That is the brand new archaeology system explained. If you learned something in this video and you actually found it useful, be sure to drop the video a like and subscribe if you are new around here. I do daily Minecraft videos, everyone, and you do not want to miss them. You can also check us out on Twitter, Twitch and Discord. There's links to all of those down below in the description, everyone. But without wasting any more time, I'm gonna go now. Thank you all so much for watching, and goodbye.